Okay, so let's start in a sitting position. And it's helpful to have a little bit of cushioning or a little bit of height underneath your pelvis. It can make a big difference to being able to sit comfortably. And once you've got that set up, close your eyes and feel your body from the inside. Sometimes we tend to lean forward or hold tension in different parts of the body. So just start to feel and make any subtle adjustments and changes so that you're able to sit comfortably and at ease, releasing any unnecessary tension. And becoming aware of the inhale and exhale of your breath. Feeling breath in the abdomen. As you feel movement in the abdomen and belly, feel also that the shoulders can relax. As if they're dropping away from the ears. And as your shoulders relax, begin to feel a softening in your facial muscles. The forehead, the cheeks, the jaw. Releasing any tension in the facial muscles. And now we're going to count just 5 breaths. One inhale and exhale counts as 1 breath. Counting is a way for us to develop concentration, mental concentration. And after you reached 5 breaths, gently open the eyes. And we'll begin by lifting the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, slide them down and away. Inhale up to the ears. You're squeezing, contracting. Exhale, releasing and relaxing. You can move with your own breath, lifting on the in-breath, relaxing on the out-breath. Good. Now we're going to bring movement into the neck. So the head comes down. And now we're going to roll over towards the left shoulder. Roll across through the front and over to the right shoulder. You can decide if you want to let the head roll all the way back and around, or if you want to do this semicircle. As you're moving the head and neck, you're feeling all of the neck muscles. Think of the movement like a light massage. If you're circling full circles, change directions. Giving yourself a light neck massage. And you're going to complete that circle and come back into a neutral position for the head and neck. And now we'll tip our head over to the left shoulder, stretching the right side of the neck. There's two variations you can add if you'd like. One is to reach your right fingertips away. The other is to add the weight of your left hand. But you're only going to do those variations if it feels right. There's always ways to modify yoga poses to make them a little easier or a little more challenging. Lift your head back into center. Come to the other side, tipping to your right side. And if you like adding the variation that suits you, as you're feeling and breathing into the left side of your neck. And then let your head come back into center. Let's interlock our hands. Easier palms facing towards you, harder palms facing away. You can try which one suits you better as you make a big circle. And your circle then can be faster or quicker than my circle. You might have a different pace than I do, opposite direction. So always make sure that you're feeling things in your body and adjusting. And then relax your arms. We're going to roll the shoulders up to the ears. We're going to press the shoulder blades together and slide them down the spine. Rolling up, shoulder blades press together and slide down the back. So we're making a circle. Really trying to release the tension that accumulates in the neck and shoulders. Now let's try the opposite direction. We open the chest, press the shoulder blades together, lift up to the ears, bring them forward and relax. So just a few times in the opposite direction. And relax. Two more. for our neck and shoulder area. Bring your right fingertips on your collarbone and make a big circle with your elbow. The elbow goes right up to the sky and then circles back behind you. You can think of ink on the tip of your elbow and you're drawing a circle. If you'd like, you can harmonize breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. And let's try the opposite direction. If there's a movement that's particularly challenging, you're always welcome to pause and rest and start again. So completing that circle on the right side and then beginning on the left side. This is a movement that can be done daily, especially if you work at a desk or a computer. Let's try the opposite direction. And one more time. So now we're going to wrap our arms around ourselves, opposite hand on each shoulder. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, take 3 deep breaths. Breathe into the back of the lungs and feel that you're broadening between your shoulder blades. And then release and relax your arms. So now time to get some movement into the feet and legs and the hips. Let's start with extending the legs, and we're going to work with toe joints first. So we're going to, as if we're making a fist with the toes, curling the toes in and then spreading the toes wide. Curling the toes in, spreading the toes wide. See if you can feel your feet muscles in addition to the toe joints. So next we're going to point and flex. We're going to point the toes forward and then we're going to point the toes towards the nose. Here we're working on the ankle joint, but you'll also notice the front and the back of the leg are also involved in the movement. So a few times pointing and flexing, waking up the hamstring muscles. So now we're going to get our arms into the movement. Make a fist with your hands, thumb inside, and you're going to tap the sides of your legs and the tops of your legs, maybe from your hips down towards the knee, as long as you're not hitting the kneecap. We want to wake up circulation in the hip joint, in the IT band, in the thigh muscles, even the inner thighs. So just start to create a massage. This is a good workout for the arms, all along your legs. And then tap your calf muscles against the ground. And now we're also waking up the backs of the legs. Good. You might feel a tingling sensation or a warm sensation in your legs. Let's work on the hip joint now. Soles of the feet together and knees moving up and down. Again, your movement can be slower or quicker. Here we're encouraging circulation into the hip joint. I find it's helpful for me to do butterfly every day. And I really notice a difference in my hips when I don't. And you'll find that there are some yoga poses that your body really likes. So now we're going to change our movement. We're going to bring the feet to the floor, feet apart, and you're going to lean back into your hands as we rotate the knees from one side to the other side. Feel this in your hips. Again, you can go slower than I am or faster. You can also do a smaller range. So now we're going to continue with the hips, but on the hands and knees. So our movement will be like this. You'll lift your right knee and ankle outward to the side, whatever range is possible, and lower down. Lift your left knee and ankle to the side, whatever range is possible, and lower down. And continue to alternate. You're going to complete an equal number on both sides. And then we're going to sit back on our heels. If this is not comfortable, you can use some props or maybe some cushioning to ease the pressure on the knees. If you're able to be in kneeling, we'll be here for just a few breaths. Make sure that you're not leaning forward. This is a nice way to stretch the thigh muscles, the knee ligaments, and it stimulates the nerve that runs into our digestive organs. Next, we're going to work on the spine. So coming onto the hands and knees, rounding the spine, drawing the abdomen towards your low back, and dropping the belly, chest reaching forward and looking up to the sky. Working with your breath, exhale, rounding. Inhale, extending. Once or twice more. So now we're going to come into a neutral spine and we're going to move just the pelvis. So you're going to tilt your pelvis towards you. You're flattening your back. And then you're going to tilt your pelvis away, creating a curve in the low back. But we're just isolating the pelvis. Tilting towards you, tilting away. This activates the muscles deep in the pelvis, towards you and away. One more time. So now we're going to walk the hands towards our knees, and we're going to come into standing by lifting the knees and extending your legs. So you're now hanging forward in a standing forward fold or a standing forward bend. You can shake out your arms, nod your head, and let's take 3 deep breaths. We're pressing our feet into the floor to keep the legs active, engaged. Draw your abdomen towards your low back, and now let's slowly roll up through the spine. Keep your awareness at the spine and with the back. Stacking vertebrae upon vertebrae until you come up into standing. And once you come up into standing, reach your arms above the crown of the head, touch your palms together and feel the whole body long and tall. Keep breathing. Whole body long and tall. And then relax your arms to your sides. So next we're going to work on a spinal massage, rolling down, rolling up, really feeling and tuning into the vertebrae of the spine and the back of your body. You can think of this like a massage for the spine and the back. We'll start with the head, then the shoulders. The upper back starts to curve. That curve comes into the middle back. That curve starts to come into the low back. And you continue to roll down as far as you're able to roll. Your feet and legs are engaged. They're active to support your standing. Your arms and head are relaxed. We're going to do the roll down and roll up a few times. I'd like you to go according to your own pace. You can stay a little bit longer and fold in this forward fold, or if you're ready, you can roll up into standing. Just like we did before, you'll reach the arms up. Keep breathing as the whole body is stretching. And then relax. Once or twice more. Go according to your own pace. We all have a different pace. Most important thing is this awareness, body awareness, breath awareness. This is a nice thing to do in the middle of your day. It refreshes blood flow to the brain, the upper organs. Great. So we're going to do some strengthening for the back of the body, and we're going to come down onto our fronts. So just come down into kneeling again. And from the hands and knees, lower down onto the front of your body. And before we do our back strengthening, let's stretch the thighs. Turn your head to the right side and hold on to your right foot. You can hold on with one or both hands. If you can't reach your foot, you can hold on to your pant leg. Slow, deep breathing. This stretch can be intense for some people, and for some people it's very easy. And that's because all of us have different bodies. Release your right leg. Turn your head to the left side. Hold on to your left leg. Release your left leg. So our arms are beside the body, palms facing down. Your feet can be together or apart. Inhale, lift the whole body. Exhale, release. What we want to feel is the back muscles contracting, strengthening, and then we release and relax. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. You're just going to do this a few times with your own rhythm. Good. So now we're going to try a variation. Extend your arms out in front. And this time we'll do alternate arm and leg. Right arm, left leg. Head and chest lift as you breathe in. Lower as you breathe out. Then we switch sides, left arm, right leg. Lift as you breathe in. Lower as you breathe out. A few times at your own pace. Back strengthening exercises to strengthen the muscles in the back. So next, we're going to hold this. We're going to lift both arms, both legs, hold and breathe. You only do it for as long as you're comfortable. Make sure you're not holding the breath. And then release. So next we're going to roll onto our backs and work on the abdomen and core muscles. So you're lying down on your back, knees bent. And we'll start with bringing both knees to the chest, extending both legs up to the sky. And then as if you're riding a bicycle in slow motion. See if you can feel that the movement originates in the abdomen. Breathing throughout this movement and taking rest if you need to. And then let's try the opposite direction. And then allow your feet to relax on the floor. Next, we're going to do abdominal leg lift with the hands underneath of the body, both knees to the chest, legs extend upward to the sky, and lower the legs down. You're going to lower and lift the legs. If that's hard for you, then you can modify, bringing the knees to the chest, extending upward, and lowering as far as it's comfortable for you. Noticing where you're feeling this. What are the muscles that are engaged? Once or twice more. And then release your legs down. Release your hands from underneath the body. Take a moment to rest. This next one, you might not feel it in the core as much, though it does involve deep muscles in the core. It's bridge pose. Feet on the floor, knees bent, hip width apart. And you're going to contract the muscles in the pelvis so you flatten your low back as if you're pressing your low back into the floor. And then you lift your pelvis up towards the sky as high as you're able to lift. And then gently lower the spine down. Keep your low back flattened so you feel the low back touch the ground. And then you can release all tension and holding. So you tilt your pelvis, flatten your low back, lift up to the sky as much as you're able to lift. You'll feel a stretch for the front of the thighs. And then you feel into the spine as you lower. Feel the low back touch down. Release your pelvis. A few times, lifting and lowering. Take a few moments just to rest and relax. We're doing a lot of work for the area of the abdomen, strengthening and toning different muscles. Next, we're going to do a twisting movement that will involve the abdomen. So cross your right ankle over your left knee. And now you're going to let the left knee and the right foot drop towards the left side. So let gravity take your knee and foot over to the left. And now feel the muscles in your abdomen pull inward to come back to center. So you're letting gravity drop the knee and foot to the left side, sorry. And your muscles are required to bring it back. So a few times. One more time. So now we're going to switch sides. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Your knee and foot fall towards the right side. Doesn't have to fall all the way. And your abdomen pulls back to center. Gravity drops to the right side. You'll feel the twist in the abdomen. And there's certain muscles that have to contract in order to bring you back to center. So just a few times, trying to really feel what's happening on the inside of your body. And one more time. So bring both feet to the floor and then hug your knees. You can have one hand on each knee, pulling the knees close, or you might be able to interlock your hands around both knees. See if you can press your thighs onto the abdomen and breathe into your low back. Then you don't have to press so hard in. You can just lightly hold on to your knees and roll on your back from one side to the other. We just want to give a little bit of TLC to the back. Sometimes when we're doing work for the abdomen, our back muscles also are involved. So we want to massage the back of the body. And then let's roll onto one side and come up onto the hands and knees. And let's stretch the shoulders in a variation of downward dog. The left forearm is going to come across the body. The right hand is going to reach forward. Your forehead will rest on your left forearm. And then you can lean your pelvis back until you feel a stretch for the right arm and the right shoulder. Maybe you'll also feel a stretch through the right side or the right armpit area. So now I'm going to let my whole body slide back towards the heels. Buttocks towards the heels. Chest towards the thighs. Head towards the ground, even if it doesn't touch. And then roll up. So let's try the other side of our shoulder stretch. Right forearm across, left hand forward, and then I lean my pelvis back. Stretching the left shoulder, left armpit, left side of the body. And then I'm going to let the whole body slide back to the heels, resting for a few moments in child's pose. And then let's come back onto the hands and knees. And you can choose a low variation of downward dog or the regular variation. A low variation is where we just stretch the arms forward and just stretch the spine. The regular variation is where we lift the knees and we're stretching the spine, but we're also stretching the legs. See what works best for you. And let's count 3 full breaths. And then we'll slide back to the heels, or if you're in the full variation, drop your knees, sink back into child's pose. And roll up. So one thing we haven't done is we haven't stretched the legs and the hip flexors. So we're going to do that next. Step forward with your right foot. And if the knee, it's a little hard for your knee to be on the ground like that, you can always fold your yoga mat or add some cushioning. Hands can be on the floor, fingertips can be on the floor. If you can't reach the hands, that's okay. I have long arms, so I can easily reach. Make sure that you're looking forward and not looking down. We're stretching the left thigh and the left hip flexor. Just take a few breaths. Sometimes this can be deeply uncomfortable. So now let's switch sides. We're going to step the left foot forward. Come onto your hands or fingertips, or maybe your hands are off the ground. Looking forward as you lean into your lunge. And then step back and sitting on the heels in kneeling for a moment. So I mentioned stretching the legs. So let's extend the right leg out to the side. Bring your left heel in towards you. You can also sit on a cushion to elevate the pelvis. And then turn your body over the right leg. Each hand on either side of your right leg. For some people, it's enough of a stretch just to be here, in which case you just practice sitting tall. Some of you might be able to slide your hands forward and reach towards your toes or somewhere along your leg. See what works for you. I find it helpful to press my leg into the floor. And then tune into the inhale and exhale of your breath. Most important part of yoga practice is that we're not striving for or pushing against our body, really accepting wherever we're at. And then slowly coming back up. And we'll switch sides, bringing our left leg, extending our left leg, right knee bends, heel in towards you, turning over that left leg, and maybe just sitting tall. If you have more flexibility, then you can walk your hands forward lean your body forward and find your version of this one-leg stretch. Slow, relaxed breathing. And then slowly coming back up. So we're going to transition into a few poses that will help prepare us for a relaxation, a full body relaxation. So come to lying down on your back. We're going to come into an upside down squat, but we're going to prepare of our body for this squat. So right knee towards you, right foot up to the sky. You'll notice my right knee stays bent. I can interlock my hands behind the right knee and just press the right knee towards the right shoulder. Or maybe you can reach towards the outside of your right foot. Both options work well. And breathing into the underside of my right leg. And preparing for what's known as an upside down squat. Now let's release the right foot to the floor. Left knee to the chest, left foot up to the sky, interlock behind the left knee, or hold on to the outside edge of your left foot. And then release. So now we come into the full version, both knees to the chest, both feet up to the sky, hands at the back of the knees, drawing the knees apart, stretching the groin and the pelvic floor, and more importantly, broadening the back. Or you can hold on to your toes or the outer edges of your feet. Take 3 deep breaths. You can stay longer if you'd like, or if you're ready, let your feet come to the floor. And we'll do one final pose. It's a beautiful twisting pose. Extend your left leg along the floor. Bring your right foot on your left thigh with the knee pointing to the sky. Hold your knee with your left hand, and you're going to guide the knee over and across the body to the left side. You can keep looking up to the sky or look towards your right side. Feel this twist in your hip, back muscles, and the whole torso area. You can stay longer if you'd like. If you're ready, you can unwind, coming back to center and switching sides. So your right leg extends, left foot on your right thigh. Hold the knee with your right hand and bring the left knee over and across to the right side. Looking up to the sky or looking towards your left hand. And then unwind, coming back into center and adjusting your body so that you're in a comfortable position for a full body relaxation. Knees can be bent or legs can be extended. Allow your feet to be a little bit wider than the width of your hips. That helps the legs to rotate externally and for the hips to relax. Same for the shoulders. Let your arms relax a little bit wider than your shoulders. Arms and shoulders relaxed. Your eyes are closed as you feel the earth beneath you, the sky above you, the air all around you. And you can feel the flow of in-breath and out-breath. As you breathe, feel your feet and your legs relax. As you breathe, feel the hip muscles relax. As you breathe, feel all of the back muscles relax. Release the shoulders. Relax your arms. And feel the palms of your hands. Relax your neck. Feel the weight of your skull. Release any tension in the forehead, the eyes, and relax your mouth and jaw. Feel the flow of breath through your nostrils. The whole body is relaxed. And you can repeat internally. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I relax. You can also repeat, breathing in peace. Breathing out stress. Enjoy this feeling of relaxation and peace. We will spend a little more time here. Breathe in peace. Breathe out stress. We're going to slowly awaken the body. Start by tuning into the sounds that you hear around you. Deepening your breathing. Waking up movement in your fingers and hands. Waking up movement in your toes and feet. And then beginning to stretch the body. Stretch the limbs, stretch the spine, and stretch in whatever way feels natural. And then when you're ready, roll to your side and come up into sitting. And just take a moment to notice what feels different. Bring your palms together and open the eyes. Really wonderful to practice with you today. I was thinking about a book that I'm reading right now. It's called How to Relax by Thich Nhat Hanh. And it's part of a book that I'm reading for a yoga book club. And in this book, one of the chapters is called Lazy Days. And Thich Nhat Hanh, one of the most preeminent Zen Buddhist teachers of this century, talks about how important it is to have an unscheduled day. And he calls it a lazy day, where you can just let things unfold naturally and really attend to resting, attending to whatever impulse arises in you in terms of what you feel like doing, perhaps taking some time for silence or meditation or walking, but taking an unscheduled day. So I wanted to share that with you because sometimes that's what we need. A little bit of unscheduled time to not be productive, but just to naturally allow the day to unfold. Thank you so much for coming. You're welcome to turn your videos on, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.